I never imagined I'd reach a point in my life where I would quietly step away from the woman I once thought I'd spend eternity with. Yet sometimes, a single careless phrase, just one selfish suggestion, can destroy everything you believed was unshakable. It began on an ordinary Wednesday night. Nothing out of the ordinary. We were on the couch, half distracted by some crime show playing on Netflix, the same midweek routine we'd fallen into. She was curled in her spot, blanket over her legs, scrolling through her phone. She looked so at ease, so content, which in hindsight feels cruelly ironic. Then, without warning, she set her phone aside, looked straight at me, and asked, "Can I say something without you getting mad?" Right then, the atmosphere shifted. Words like that never lead to anything good. But I nodded anyway. She gave a nervous little smile, like she was dipping her toes into cold water before diving deeper. "It's just, I've been thinking about us lately. About how maybe we could, try something new." I frowned. "New? What do you mean?" She hesitated, then let it out. "What if we invited someone else into our relationship? Just for some excitement." I blinked at her. "You mean another person? In bed?" "Yeah," she answered softly, like she was suggesting ordering food from a new place. "Nothing serious. Just fun. No attachments." I let out a laugh, more from shock than amusement. "Where is this coming from?" She shifted uncomfortably. "There's this guy at work. His name's Ryan. We've been talking, and he's really open-minded. We discussed this kind of thing just as a what if, and it made me think maybe we're limiting ourselves." For a moment, I honestly thought I misheard her, that it was some twisted joke. "So, you've been talking to a coworker about bringing him into our marriage?" She shook her head quickly. No, it's not like that. We were just talking about how people are too traditional, how couples are exploring new things. It made me wonder if we could, too. I thought maybe it could bring us closer." She said it like she was offering me a gift, like this was something to be grateful for. But all I felt was my chest sinking fast. "So let me get this straight," I said slowly. "You've been having private conversations about our relationship with this Ryan guy, and now you want him in our bed." "It's not cheating," she said firmly. "I didn't do anything with him. I just thought it could be an adventure for us. We've been kind of stagnant lately, haven't we?" I just stared at her. My thoughts were racing, replaying the past few weeks, the sudden late nights at work, how she'd started dressing up more, how she'd smirk at her phone when she thought I wasn't paying attention. I had brushed it off. I didn't want to be the paranoid husband who saw threats where there were none. But now it all lined up too perfectly. And what cut the deepest wasn't just the idea. It was how casual she was. Like she had already pictured him in our space. Like she had already let him cross the threshold in her mind. I didn't shout. I didn't break anything. I just sat there, staring at the woman I married, realizing she wasn't the person I thought I knew. I rose from the couch without a word. "Where are you going?" she asked, her voice small. I didn't reply. "Please talk to me. Don't just walk away." But I was already down the hallway, grabbing my keys and jacket. "Can we at least discuss it?" she called out. Still nothing from me. Because in that moment, there was nothing to explain, nothing to salvage. No justification could make her proposal feel like anything other than betrayal.
"She didn't chase me."
She just stayed on the couch, probably wondering why I couldn't be as open-minded as Ryan. But I wasn't Ryan. I was her husband, the man who had been loyal, patient, steady, even when she withdrew from me, even when she shifted without warning. I drove off, no destination in mind. Just distance. Just escape. That night, I lay in a hotel room, staring at the ceiling, wondering how our story went from forever to someone else in the blink of an eye. And here's what no one tells you about betrayal. It doesn't always arrive with yelling or tears. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's a calm voice on a couch, suggesting you open your marriage to a stranger. And sometimes the only response that feels right is silence. Walking away. Without explanation. Without turning back.